answer at the correct precision. So in this case, we would say Tristan is the winner, and we would give him a point. But of course, this is not for actual points right now because we are just in practice mode. So we're going to flip back to the presentation, and now we are going to turn to the Wheel of Fate because, you know, it's not up to me, it's not up to Jonathan to decide which drawing these guys get. It's up to the Wheel of Fate. What drawing do you think it's going to be this time, Jonathan? I'm going to shuffle it a little bit here, but what drawing do you think they're going to get?
Yeah, I'm still really hoping for 11, but who knows, man? I'm not a betting man.
All right, well, producer Mike thinks it's going to be 11 as well. Shuffle, 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 and spin. Here we go. What is it going to be? What is it going to be?
Yes.
Wow. Man, even picking the model is intense. And you guys got 11, and that actually helped me because I have the correct item marked here on my answer key. So that's fantastic. Well done, guys. Well done. So I'm going to remove that from the wheel. We're going to hide the Wheel of Fate, and let's see what else we can learn about these runners. So Tristan Lusson from France, our number 7 seed, and of course a Fusion user. So it looks like he is a Fusion user according to his fun facts, and and he's also from France. Okay, great. And
that's so French.
And Sadnan says he's going to electrical engineering. He's a sophomore, electrical engineering sophomore, and this is his first time ever trying speed CAD. And usually he takes his time. That's a good way to do it. All right, well, listen, guys, here we go. This next CAD versus CAD battle using drawing number 11, one that Jonathan has been rooting for from the start of the day. We all get to see what that drawing actually is. This CAD versus CAD battle between Tristan Lusson from France, our number 7 seed, and Sadnan from Bangladesh, our number 3 seed, begins in 3, 2, 1, go. What is the mass of this part in XXXX grams? And the tolerance for this thing is plus or minus 2 grams. And Jonathan, we got a sheet metal part for our runners. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Good luck to all of our runners. Good luck to everybody out there trying to do it from home. Both of our runners look like they have a screen capture. So let's move over to our CAD versus CAD windows here. And wow, our first sheet metal of the tournament, Tristan Lusson on the left from France, Sadnan on the right from Bangladesh. Looks like they're both starting with a very similar workflow here.
I guess they're starting from the side. The interesting thing about sheet metal, the reason I've been, hoping this would come up, is that you have to get the rules right. So there's a lot more to it than just like modeling a solid thing. You need to make sure all the parameters are correct to get the right answer, and it's also kind of a different workflow than people might be used to. There's several different ways to do it, kind of like anything else that way. But it's a whole world of design that I'm just really interested in. So
this is interesting. So first of all, one, I completely agree with you, and I really like the way Sadnan looked at this thing and said, okay, I'm gonna figure out where there's at least one bend, and I'm gonna start there. So instead of, I thought they were doing the same thing you said. I thought they were starting with that kind of front angled view, but no, they actually were starting from the end, going in there and creating that. And that's really important. And then, like you said, you have to also understand how to set up the rules so you get the correct wall thickness and the correct bend radius, etc. But we noticed that Tristan on the left, there's a note on the drawing that says maybe modeled as sheet metal or as a thin-walled solid. And
I think he's going for the latter. Yeah,
it looks like he's going for the latter. Yeah, so it looks like he's going to model this up using thin-walled features. And of course, if you are, I did sheet metal for a long time in my career, and so there's no way somebody's going to model something up with thin walls and do it faster than me, because sheet metal has all the fillets and everything built right in. But we'll see here. We'll see what ends up happening. I suspect that's where he's going to end up struggling, is going to be adding in the fillets, for the bends and whatnot. But
yeah, I would think that'd be the tricky part. But modeling it up as a solid, there are advantages to that too. If you don't actually need to unfold the thing, right?
Right. And if that's what you know better.
Yeah.
So this is going to be really, really interesting. Damien in the chat says Sadnan is eating him up. And of course, in the qualifier for this tournament, one of the challenges was sheet metal. So we definitely made it clear to the runners, expect sheet metal. There's going to be some sheet metal on here. Work on your sheet metal game. And the Wheel of Fate has delivered. So fun part here, a pivot bracket, have some kind of a shaft going through those larger holes on the bottom, and then you would mount it to something using those smaller holes. And there we go, Sadnan getting that tab in place on the right there. Interesting, you put the fillet in the sketch on the bottom and then made it with a feature at the top.
Yeah. Well, speed modeling, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'll do that later.
Yeah, it is funny how we tend to revert to the skills that we, you know, just whatever the first thing that comes to mind. That's just what you're doing. I definitely have my fair share of kind of hack and slash experiences.
Oh, no doubt. When you're under the gun, is this part something that maybe you've worked on before, or maybe a part you've seen?
No, more you know, a part I've seen probably in like an old engineering book. You know, you have the engineering books that have like the blue pages in the middle with the with all the different assemblies and whatnot. It probably came out of one of those books.
Sure. Love it.
Okay, and Sadnan looks like he's almost coming down the home stretch here. It's interesting, you know, we saw Matab really taking advantage of mirroring and symmetry, and we'll see how Sadnan ends up handling this if he opts to use a mirror, or if he just opts to kind of manually create those on the other side. Looks like he's maybe using a little bit of what we call an Ivan exploit also, which is that those holes, you know, recognizing that those holes are removing the same amount of material no matter where they're located. I think he didn't really care too much to locate them properly, which, you know, in the case of a tournament that is open game, we often call that the Ivan exploit. And we do say that isn't available. I mean, we can't really do much to stop it. I can't watch every single click that they make. So,
yeah.
And we can't say like, oh, we're only going to do it when it's egregious. Cause then it's like, yeah, we'd rather just let YouTube be the arbiter.
Yeah. That's a pro tip, man. It doesn't matter where those holes are, does it? As long as they're
in sheet metal. That is often the case in sheet metal. Yeah. It becomes kind of an arms race between myself and the competitors, where I have to create drawings that have like curved bottoms, or you know, like the sheet metal hole is also going through half of another flange. So you have to, you know, you have to locate it perfectly. But here at the opening of the tournament, we're doing tier 3 models. Usually we don't get that sophisticated, you know.
Yeah.
Challenge them to see if they know how to start a sheet metal part. And Sadnan came in with an answer. Geez, I'm sorry, I was talking and I missed his answer. The answer Sadnan came in with was 1127. That is not correct. 1127 grams. That is not correct. So Sadnan, I apologize. I was talking there and I missed your answer. Sadnan is not correct with that first answer, 1127. So as you guys remember from the rules in the beginning of the tournament, Sadnan can now answer again, can go through and can try to figure out if he missed a dimension or if something's wrong. Remember, in the chat, please do not help him. Do not tell him if you see what he has done wrong, or guide him or anything like that. Do not post the correct answer. We're going to let him try to get through it. And Sadnan had answered 1127 grams. That is not correct.
I think I see where he made his mistake. Do you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think so. And meanwhile, T-Lus, I noticed T-Lus on the left, Tristan Lusson, was running into some issues with kind of some of the edges being a little bit not perpendicular, and managed to get in there and get that cleaned up as well. T-Lus looks like he's also taken advantage of the Ivan exploit with the location of those holes. Jern in the chat says, take your time, Sadnan.
Yeah.
Jern, of course, our local advocate for Build 123D, which is a CAD program that has a Python type interface. You actually code everything, and then at the end, it turns it into a model. He's posted some speed modeling videos that are really, really interesting to watch. You can check out Jern's YouTube channel. And T-Lus comes in with his first answer, 1092 grams, and that is not correct either. 1092, that is not correct. So now both of our runners have answered once incorrectly. Now we're going to let them continue to try to solve this. They both get one additional chance to try to solve it. But as soon as somebody answers this next time, we're going to bring up the clock of doom. Okay, and so T-Lus comes in with his second answer. It looks like he ripped around and added in a bunch of fillets. 1079 grams, and that is correct. And wow, T-Lus bypassing the sheet metal features, doing it all with thin features. Wow.
Impressive.
Yeah, what did you notice about Sadnan that you think maybe was off there?
I think he was working on it there, but the top of his flange there and that tab weren't collinear. So his sketches were largely unconstrained. So if you see a lot of blue lines, that's kind of a red flag. You don't want to see a lot of blue lines when you're designing stuff. I think there were a few things that were sort of missing constraints. I got to tell you though, I did not expect Tristan to pull that off. Just doing a solid model when something should be sheet metal, but shows what I know. Good job.
I mean, we saw at the end there. We saw it quite a few times there, where, like I mentioned at the beginning, the use of